Hi everyone, this is Just Trying to Play It, and today we are just trying to play Lumberjack's Dynasty. Lumberjack's Dynasty is a game from Toplitz, and I believe it came out, I want to say, sometime in April, but it has just received a pretty decent update as of July 17th, which was a day before this recording. So, in that update, I don't believe that we will be able to see the entire update because we are going to start a new game. So we may not see the entire update anytime soon, but I'm thinking we're going to see some of it. So we are going to, as I said, start a new game. We're going to start from the beginning and just see how things work. I do play this game on occasion in my spare time. However, I have not gotten that far. So you will see, that every now and then. So in this game, I will not read every single thing that they say. I know that some people do, some people don't, but I prefer not to at this moment. You won't hear a lot of the sounds or anything that goes on with the game, just because reasons. So here we are going to our aunt and uncle's farm. I do wonder if the people on this bus are also coming in for the first time too. It would be interesting to kind of see, but unfortunately I won't remember what they look like. Isn't that lovely? We're going to return to the bosom of nature. You notice the metaphor that's there? The bosom of nature. I mean, that just tells me that it's very comforting, it's very home-like, for our character here. All right, here we go. We are about to get started. Okay, go and meet your aunt. I really do like the landscape of these games. Toplitz does a really good job with providing the atmosphere and the look of everything. I really think this is really good. A lot of publishers and developers do, but I mean, I've obviously played Farmer's Dynasty also, so I do like the fact that I believe this is the exact same um, map as theirs. And even though she's talking to me right now, I'm gonna pick up some apples along my way. I'm gonna come back and finish these. But let's go see what she has to tell us. Okay, it looks like our uncle just called her. Okay. And with most of these games, I'm figuring, well, I know the first day is going to be our tutorial, at least a beginning tutorial. Okay, so now we need to go help our uncle. So I'm going to go out this way and go over here. I love the fact that right now, they tell you where to go instead of us having to figure it out. Any cars coming? Because last thing I want to do is get my block knocked off as I'm walking across the street, which probably will happen anyway. But okay, old pickup. Let's go. I don't like this view, so please excuse me when I change the view of this thing because I really don't like that view. So let's go see our uncle. And you're going to notice too that I really don't have a good way to, I'm using the keyboard and mouse, but I still have a hard time with driving on this game. So I will run into things. I will run people over. I will do all kinds of stuff. So please do not be surprised, but I am forewarning you, this will happen. So here we go. We see our uncle over there on the right. So got a nice tractor, doesn't he? Let's get over here. I like the color of it too. I like blue. Blue is one of my favorite colors. Black is probably the other one, but not a lot of things look good in black, or at least people don't. They don't consider black as like a primary type of color for anything, but I do. So, okay, let's go over here and talk to our uncle in his camo jacket. Or is that a shirt? Okay, so I'm gonna get this out of the water. I don't know, it doesn't look like it's a lot of water, but who am I to second guess, and determine what's a lot of water to get caught in, because I'll probably get caught in less water. Okay, good. I also like the fact that we don't have to be so precise when we're doing things. As long as we're close enough, the game will let us do certain things. So I really do like that. So we have pulled him out of the water. Now we're going to walk across the same water in order to talk to him. Okay, let's go over here. Now the pathing on here sometimes leaves something to be desired, but I don't mind it too much. I really don't. Okay, so let's go pick up the chainsaw, which is going to be our first piece of equipment. Now let's go cut a tree. And I think as long as we keep this little symbol here in the middle or close to it, the chainsaw doesn't move around as much. Down she goes. Okay, so our right mouse button, engineer site, is going to help us see what we really need to do, which, I like that too. I really like that, we're not necessarily held by the hand, but we're not just thrown out to the wolves either. So we can see where we cut these. I think in some other games though, you determine where you want to cut it, but I'm good with that because, at least it gives me, it doesn't open up any room for error for me, because Lord knows there will be plenty of errors that I'll make all by myself. I don't need any help. So let's see. I'm going to go around. I have a hard time of backing these up, so I prefer to just go forward. So I'm going to go forward here and try to pull up on the side. Yeah, that didn't work. That didn't work. But we can remedy that. Where is, there we go. And I had already changed, wait a minute. It's telling me that I have the log, but I don't. Okay, so that's a problem. You can see that right there. It's telling me that I have it, but I don't have it. So you know what? Let's save here. We're going to save down here because as you can see, I had been playing. I test things sometimes, and I hadn't played in a while, so I decided to play. So we're going to save this at the bottom. And what we're going to do is I'm going to pause it here. Well, I'm going to hold off here and I am going to exit out of the game and come back and see if that fixes everything. So I will see you in a second. Okay, we are back, and as you can see, I sometimes I don't like early access games because of what just happened. I had a log over here and it's no longer there, but that was because I was having some problems with, I didn't have this, what do you call it, grappler or whatever it is. I didn't have that available. Okay. The problem with this now is that I won't be able to get all the logs on the trailer because the log is gone. So now that upsets me, because does that mean I'm going to have to start the game all over again or what? But we're going to go ahead and pick up the ones that we can get. See, it's not going to allow me to get the third one. So what I'm going to do is I am going to have to, I might have to cut down another tree just to get that third log. So as you can see, I mean, it wasn't really anything that I did, but if there was a chance that that happened while anyone else was playing, you know, it required, I don't think I've ever had that happen in the beginning like that. But it could be because of the update. I don't know. So you can see what exactly happened, and you know that, you know, I mean, these things happen in early access, but it would have actually, if we weren't able to cut another tree down, it would have stopped me from completely playing, you know, the game, and I would have had to restart. Now, don't get me wrong, I hadn't done too much. You know, I hadn't done too much stuff anyway, so it would not have been a big deal to restart, but it's a little annoying, you know, when you know that you've, you know, basically done what you're supposed to do, but it didn't work out right. But that just helps me. It gives me another log, a couple more logs that I can come get later on. So we're going to go ahead and get one of these logs, the closest one to us. And we're going to go ahead and try to finish this off. Pick that up. Now, as I said, I changed my buttons and stuff, my hotkeys and all of that, mainly because it just, the enter key drives me nuts, and I think someone else, it just makes sense. You know, I think I did see where someone suggested that that might be something to do, so it just makes sense that you do the middle mouse button. It flows very well. And I mean, there's some other YouTubers that I believe do it too, so it's not like it's not heard of. But I think I did see maybe one of them suggest, was it Deuce or Peanut, one of them, I think it was Deuce MS. Yeah, he plays this sometimes, and I caught one of his videos where he was complaining about, you know, how that is, how it's so weird to have to hit the enter key, which I completely agreed with him. You know, it's true. You know, it just makes more sense to do it this way. Okay, so we're here. Now, as you saw, our uncle was talking to us about living here possibly and making this our home. Now, what time is it? It is 6:46. I think we can continue. We're going to get all this done today. Yes, we feel like it. I like to get things like this done first, mainly because I don't like spending extra time. I don't like spending extra time trying to get these things done. So now, as I said, she's talking about different things. If you want to, you know, pause and read what she's saying, go ahead. Yeah, I love honey too. I mean, fresh honey is great. There's some places around me that uh, do homemade honey, and it's pretty good. You know, I mean, it's not like I know the difference, to be honest with you, but okay. So this is the workshop here. Okay, so she's telling me to go in the workshop and see if there's some tools in here. This thing is just in real disarray. But those of us who play games like this know that that's going to be some of the first things that we have to tackle. So that's not a problem. That's not a problem. Let's see. We're going to fix this wall here. Yeah, see. So the hammers basically are going to tell you where things are, and then if you need to, you do the right mouse button, which is great. That's fine. Where'd she go? Okay. Okay. Uncle's over there having a sit down. Okay, so now we get our scaffolding, and we're gonna put right mouse button also helps with that, which I love the right mouse button. I think it is your friend. It is your friend. Now let's see. Well, I'm about to tear up. I keep getting the buttons confused sometimes with the nail gun and with the. I think I put it in the wrong spot. I need to get to the roof. So yeah, I messed that up, but I'm gonna leave it there because eventually I'm gonna use it. So let's do this. Let's put this over here. I think that will, no, that won't let me get to the roof. I need to get up there. Let me see, maybe if I go here, yeah, let me put one here. Because then I can go on this one. Let's get up here, get up there. And then go over here, and I can jump on the roof. Let me see, which one was I supposed to fix? I was supposed to fix this part over here. Okay, so I did that one. I just wanted to do it so that we can move on with her, but I'm gonna leave that stuff up there. Okay, so this is the house. Everything she's showing us is going to need renovating. And that's fine. I don't mind all of that. I mean, it's a lot of space, though. And that's what I like about these games. I mean, this is an extensive piece of land. You know, it's really nice. I mean, just having this to get started, I think is a blessing in itself. If someone were to be given something like this. Mm. So it seems like they hadn't been using the sawmill. It's just sitting there, huh? That's what I'm gathering from it, I guess. Okay. So one thing that I've noticed is, you know, sometimes when I play games like this, I don't pay attention to what the people are saying. But in this case, it makes a difference to really pay attention to them because they actually are saying a lot of things that help. It kind of helps me with questions that I might have later. So I really do like the fact that they, have that in there, because if you actually pay attention, then you will get a lot of your beginning questions answered just by listening to your aunt and uncle. Let's go over here. I want to try and get these apples off of here. I want those sooner rather than later. And you're going to see why later on. For those of you who play Farmers Dynasty or play this game, you know why. But just in case, I am one of those players who I am all about the money. Especially in the beginning. I'm all about the money because in the beginning you have no money. You have a little bit to get started, which is usually not a lot. It usually cannot do anything. Because we can't buy, well, now that with the update, I think we can buy seeds, flower seeds. But I personally don't know how long it takes. I am going to figure it takes a little while. It's not a week probably, because these apples don't grow that fast. They grow fast enough, but they don't grow as fast as you probably would like them to. So I am going to gather all of these apples. It's going to cost us $250 for each beehive. So this is going to be a $750 investment. You know, let me just go row by row. I just skipped this, I think. Did I get all these? No. Okay. And also, anytime I see apples at some place where I'm working or that I'm passing by, I'm probably going to stop and get them. Just so you know, I'm going to stop and get the apples. Okay, so the scarecrow over here is another $150. I think I don't pay too much attention to it, but I think that every last one of these gives you some social points also. I'm not sure. I never really pay attention. I just get them and I start going to do something else. But I do believe that they give you social points also. And then I believe that almost everything you do, I think, gives you social points. I don't know. I don't do too many transport jobs, so I'll let you know that right away. I don't do too many transport jobs because they get on my nerve. I get tired of getting there, and I think I did one time and I lost like $1. I got there like right as the thing was going down, right as the money was lowering, and they were like, well, I guess it's good this time, but you could do better. I'm like, what? Like, I only missed like a minute. I'm like, are you serious? But I guess, late is late, so I guess I can see their viewpoint, but then at the same time, it wasn't so late to where you got to be rude, so, okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and go to sleep, and we are going to start our day. Now, if we look around, see, we can see directly into the basement, or do we call this a cellar? Whichever one, same thing to me. And let's see, we've got a lot of work to do here. A lot of work. Now, normally I like to do this stuff when it's raining. I like to work on the house, but I might try to do it earlier. So, okay, here's what I wanted. The reason why I got all of those apples, 58 apples, it probably was more, but I missed them, was because I want to make apple jam. Now, I am one of those players who I sell off almost everything. I sell off the expensive stuff and I keep the cheap stuff for myself. Mainly because I can reinvest the money faster that way. And that's my goal of playing, is to reinvest the money as fast as possible. I think my bedroom was here. Yeah. So here's my bedroom here. We'll look at all that later. Now, there is an option to take a week's rest. I won't. And I'm going to stick to that. I do not plan on taking a week's rest as long as I play this game. Now, that does not mean that you're going to see every simple little thing that I do every time that I do it. But what it does mean is I really am not going to take a week's rest. I don't believe in wasting that time. And as I play, you'll see probably why. If you don't see why, then I haven't portrayed it well enough. I will say it and I will do it. So I think for right now, since this is the first day, I think I'm going to end it here. And I'm going to pick up from when we wake up the next day. And we're going to continue the game from there and see how things are, see what the update is all about. I'm excited to see what all the update does, but I think that means I have to play for quite some time. So this is just trying to play it, bringing you Lumberjack's Dynasty. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you didn't, please let me know that you didn't and why. And I hope to see you next time. Until then, stay safe.